Dear students, today we are discuss the other modes of nutrition in the plants. In a previous class, we discussed about the photosynthesis in the plants, but in this videos we see the other modes of nutrition in a plant. First of all, we see the heterotrophs. First of all, we see the heterotroph heterotrophs. Now this is the figures, and there are some plants do not have chlorophyll. They can't synthesis food. Then a question arises: how do they survive, and from where do they derive nutritions? Like humans and animals, such as plants depend on the foods produced by others plants, and these all the organisms known as the heterotrophic modes of nutrition, and the taking nutrition, this modes of nutrition is called heterotrophic modes of nutrition. And do you do you see a yellow wire branches structures twining around the stems and branches of the trees? And you see in this figure is a Cascuta plantes, and which is tuning around the stems. And Cascutus, yeah, umberbells, it does not have chlorophyll. This plant's colors have yellow color. It have a yellow color. It don't have chlorophylls. And Cascuta, this plant name known as the Cascuta. And also we call Amarbel. And it does not have chlorophyll. It take the ready-made from it take ready-made food from the plant on which the claims, and the plants which it claims is called the host, and this plant is called host plant. And the plant on which it claims is called the host, and since the deprives the host of the value nutrition, and since the amberberries or other plants is the deprives the host of the valuable valuable nutrients. And the Cascuta plant is known as called the parasite. This plant is called the host, and this plant known as the parasite. This plant is known as the parasite, and other animals also can the parasites. And do you think about it and discuss? And now we can define the heterotrophs. Heterotrophs we see in figures and other animals and plants, and now we can define, right? Organism directly or indirectly. Organism directly or indirectly depend on autotrophs, and autotrophs for food. Organism which show this mode of nutritions are called heterotrophs. And you can define the heterotrophs And organism directly or indirectly depend on the autotrophs for food. Organisms which show this mode of nutrition are called the heterotrophs. And now you see in the pictures, you saw the cactus is the parasites, and the host plant is in this plant known as the hosting plants. And now we again see the other plants figures. Pitcher plants. This is insectivorous plants. Yeah, carnivorous plants we call also we call carnivorous plants, and the pitcher plants we see. And the harder than the plant that can eat animals, and you there are the few plants. There are the few plants can trap the insect and digest them. In this figure, in this plant is also in this category. And such a plants may be green of the some other colors look the plants. These plants is have green colors, and these plants have a jug like structures modify the parts of modify the part of leaves and apex of the leaves from the lead, and this part is known as the lead. This part is called leads, and this is the modified part. This is the modified part. Leaf modify into feature. Leaf modified into features. And inside the how to now we see the how to catch the insects. And inside the pictures there are hair. There are hair which are directly onwards when the insects when any insect the light close the trap inside get and intangible into the air, and the lid close, and this lid is close this trap and trap the insect, and the insect is the digested by the digestive juice secreted into the pitchers, and nutrients are absorbed. And since such the insect eating plants are called insectivorous plants. We can also define the insectivorous plants. This plant is called pitcher plant, known as the also insectivorous plant. And now we can define insectivorous plant. A plant that capture and digest insects passively or by the movement of certain organs. This plant known as insectivorous plant. A plant that captures and digests insects either passively or by the movement of the certain organs. And this plant is known as insectivorous plants. For example, we can see you can see the some example. For example, pitcher plant. Pitcher plants, Venus plants, Venus flappy trap, Drosera capensis, and round-leaved sand dune. This is some example of the etc. And this is the some example of insectivorous plants. Yeah, this plant also known as the carnivorous plant. And this is the other modes of nutrition in a plant you can define.